The Sealed Ritual. Our story unfolds in a small, quiet college town that harbors a unique inhabitant, Sam, an introverted young woman who possesses a fascination for the occult. Her interest had started innocently as an adolescent when she stumbled upon an old, forgotten grimoire in the attic. It's no longer just curiosity, but an obsession. The rituals offer her a sense of control and purpose, something she has struggled to find in her mundane college life. Each night, in the seclusion of her room, she performs her enchantments, reveling in the inexplicable incidents that follow. A door creaks open, a window slams shut, a phone vibrates on its own. It's a thrilling game for her, one she's grown to cherish. This particular ritual that Sam decides to undertake isn't one she found in her trusted grimoire. No, this one was discovered during a deep dive into the darker corners of the internet, whispered about on obscure forums dedicated to the occult. It is said to invite a force from a plane beyond the human realm, an unimaginable entity that manifests reality-altering powers. Sam sets up her room as instructed. Red candles cast an eerie glow. Ancient symbols, painstakingly drawn on parchment paper, surround her in a circle. The air grows thick as she begins to chant in a language that she doesn't understand, but has practiced meticulously. As the final word leaves her lips, the world plunges into darkness. It's a more potent reaction than she's ever experienced, and a sliver of fear slips through her excitement. With her knowledge of rituals and lore, Sam quickly deduces that she's invoked a demon. Each passing moment intensifies the haunting presence in her home. She can hear its growls, feel its rage seeping into the walls of her home. Fear claws at her, but her survival instincts kick in. She decides to confront the entity, to send it back to where it came from. Her path to banishment is riddled with obstacles, each room of the house presenting a different, terrifying manifestation of the demon's powers. She experiences horrifying hallucinations, feels the chill of its presence and the weight of its gaze. Yet she perseveres, using her knowledge of the occult to protect herself and find a way to reverse the ritual. The battle with the entity drains her, pushing her to the brink of madness. But she remains resolute. In the cold light of dawn, Sam steps outside, her body aching, her mind weary. The air feels fresher, the world somehow more vibrant after her night of terror. She glances back at her house, seemingly unchanged on the outside. But she knows it'll never be the same for her again. The echoes of the entity's growls, the chill of its presence, the horrifying hallucinations, they all linger in her memory, a grim reminder of the perilous line she crossed. Despite the fear and the near catastrophic outcome, Sam feels a strange sense of liberation. She had faced the darkness, fought it, and survived. She realizes the tremendous responsibility that comes with dabbling in forces beyond her understanding. This experience leaves her with a newfound respect for the rituals and a resolve to abandon her reckless pursuit. Days turn into weeks, and then months. Life finds a semblance of normalcy again, but Sam's nights are no longer filled with rituals and whispered chants. Her grimoire, once her most prized possession, now lies in a locked trunk in the attic. The thrill of the unknown has been replaced by a comforting predictability. But the shadows of the past are never too far away, her experience serving as a haunting reminder of the terrifying abyss that lies just beyond the veil of reality. The Unholy Assembly. Steve, our protagonist, is an ordinary 13-year-old boy living with his mother in a small town, nestled within an encompassing tranquility. His mother, a devout woman of faith, often found solace and hope in the local church's stained-glass beauty. She would weave tales of divine interventions and miracles, her voice filled with the enthusiasm of a true believer. These stories spark a fascination in Steve that goes beyond the typical Sunday sermons. Hushed rumors circulate the town, whispers of strange gatherings taking place within the church's hallowed walls after the sun dips below the horizon. It piques Steve's curiosity. The idea of unmasking a secret, especially one as exciting as this, thrills him, enough to formulate a plan to sneak into the church at night. With every step Steve takes deeper into the church's hallowed interior, he can feel the air growing heavier, more charged. His eyes land upon a horrifying spectacle. Hooded figures form a circle. A terrified animal lies at the heart of this assembly, a clear offering to whatever entity they're attempting to summon. Then, with a final unified chant, the figures collapse onto the cold marble floor. From the crumpled bodies rise grotesque forms. The beings are hulking and menacing, their bodies a terrible fusion of beast and man, with scales, horns, and claws, eyes that glow a sinister red, and mouths that stretch into a cruel, fanged grin. Their guttural roars vibrate through the church, a testament to their power and monstrosity, as Steve watches the horrific transformation in paralyzed terror. A lone pebble slips from his trembling fingers, clattering noisily on the stone floor. The sound seems to echo, a stark disruption in the grim silence. All at once the creatures turn towards him, their glowing eyes piercing through the shadows. His heart skips a beat. Realization and fear grip him. He breaks into a sprint, bursting through the church doors and into the chilling night. The monstrous forms of the transformed cultists give chase. Steve's heart pounds in his chest as he bolts through the twisting alleyways, the sound of his pursuers getting closer with every passing second. He slips into an abandoned house nearby, slamming the door behind him. Panting heavily, he scurries to hide as the first of his pursuers arrive. The house creaks and groans under the weight of the demons. Their growls echo through the desolate structure. Steve dodges them room by room, floor by floor, barely escaping their grasp multiple times. But it's a nightmarish game of hide and seek that he's bound to lose. As Steve hides in the shadows, he grapples with his fear and guilt. The curiosity that led him here now feels like his greatest mistake. The house offers a temporary refuge, its creaky floorboards and drafty halls making it harder for the creatures to pinpoint his location. But luck eventually runs out for Steve. The one safe hiding spot is now his trap. The demons corner him, their ghastly forms towering over the petrified boy. In the terrifying final moments, Steve is dragged back to the church. The cultists, restored to their human forms, prepare him for sacrifice, their faces twisted in a macabre expression of triumph. As the ritual knife is raised, the church's grand clock chimes midnight, its toll echoing Steve's impending doom. After his disappearance, whispers of Steve's late-night adventure turn into rumors of his sacrifice, adding another chilling tale to the church's growing lore. The church continues to stand tall, its divine facade hiding an unholy secret, its doors opening every Sunday to unsuspecting worshippers, and every night to its terrifying occupants. Flesh and blood. Catherine is our leading lady, a vibrant 17-year-old with a spirit that matches her fiery red hair. Her emerald eyes carry a spark of intrigue, reflecting her untamed and eccentric nature. Hidden beneath her vivacious exterior is a deep fascination with the occult, an interest she keeps secret from everyone but Josh. Despite her vibrant personality, she harbors a deep-seated fear of isolation, a product of her troubled childhood that only Josh understands. Josh, the all-star quarterback with the looks of a movie star, is Catherine's perfect counterpart. With a muscular build, boyish charm, and chocolate brown eyes that held an ocean of warmth, he was the heartthrob of their small town. But his heart belonged to Catherine. He admired her fearless spirit and adored her quirks, even her interest in the occult. However, beneath his easygoing demeanor was a protective instinct that flared whenever Catherine was concerned. One weekend, they decide to escape the usual town bustle and retreat to a rustic house owned by Catherine's father, nestled in the outskirts of their hometown. Their first day was a whirl of love-filled laughter, mouth-watering food, and idle strolls around the isolated property. Their connection deepens amidst this serene setting. The following day, as they reveled in their intimate escapades, they were disrupted by an eerie noise emanating from the ground floor. A mix of curiosity and concern propels Josh to investigate, only to find nothing out of place. Their momentary alarm fading, they resume their time together, dismissing the noise as a figment of their imagination. However, when the noise returns, more urgent this time, a wave of fear washes over Catherine. Heeding to her unease, Josh grabs the shotgun from the closet. As he scours the house again, a chilling silence permeates the air, heightening his senses. However, he finds no sign of intrusion. The moment Josh sees Catherine's empty space in the bed, an icy chill trickles down his spine. Panic grips him. Each passing second an agonizing eternity as he calls out her name, his voice bouncing off the empty walls. Her scream, echoing from the lower level, is a chilling symphony of fear and desperation that sends Josh into a frenzy. Rushing downstairs, his worst fears are realized. Catherine, pale as a ghost, tears streaming down her face, is surrounded by a grotesque scene of scattered bloody meat. His stomach churns at the sight and the metallic smell of fresh blood. Amongst the carnage, he spots symbols drawn in blood. Symbols he'd seen in Catherine's occult sketches. The realization hits him like a punch. Catherine had performed a ritual, and something had gone horribly wrong. Before he can process the reality of the situation, a bone-chilling growl echoes through the room. Emerging from the shadows, a creature of nightmare shuffles towards them. Its skin is rotting away, revealing putrid flesh and bone. Its eyes, devoid of life yet filled with a hunger for the living, send shivers down Josh's spine. A zombie. Josh raises the shotgun, aiming at the creature even as his hands tremble. As he pulls the trigger, the creature lets out a monstrous roar, its body crumbling to the floor. Their relief is short-lived. The echo of guttural growls grows louder and shadows begin to shift around the house. They are not alone. A horde of the undead is closing in, attracted by the ritual and its bloody aftermath. Josh and Catherine find themselves back to back. Josh with the shotgun, Catherine with the kitchen knife. They fight the undead, their loved only solace in the nightmarish situation. Despite their efforts, their horde keeps growing, their house becoming a battlefield for a fight they are steadily losing. With the last bullet spent and their strength fading, Josh and Catherine huddle together. The realization of their impending doom settles in. With the horde closing in, they share one last look, one last "I love you," before they are overwhelmed.